I'm Julie Herman of Jaybird Quilts and Lazy Girl Designs, and welcome to the Sweetpea Paws Sew Along. So in the course of the next few videos, we are going to go over how to make the Sweetpea pod. In this first video, we're going to go over the one-zip technique. The one-zip technique is used in Sweetpea as well as 3 other Lazy Girl patterns. We have Fabio, our key fob. We have the banana bag and the Becca. The one-zip technique is using one piece of zipper tape. It allows us to change the pull and come up with lots of creative options. So I'm going to dive more into that in just a moment. After this video, we're going to go over how to prep our pieces for Sweetpea, how to install our zipper, and how to put our pod together, as well as a variety of options. The Sweetpea pattern, as it's written, is for quilting cotton and a nylon zipper. So you will end up with gorgeous little pods like this. But we're also going to go over options such as adding ribbon for a nice little touch, some fancy ribbon, or how to switch your zipper out for a faux metal zipper, elevates your piece, and even how to use faux leather. So you can see this is like a really elevated pod. This one is super adorable and fun, but this one has such a different feel to it, and they both have their place. So let's get started with the one zip technique. One zip is using one side of the zipper tape to create a unique zipper installation. It allows you to do things like change the zipper pull, have a different color, and what it does is it allows your project to stand completely open. As you see, there's one piece of zipper tape here. We don't have any of the ends, none of the stubborn parts that can create trouble sometimes when installing zippers. Joan's method really is incredible. So a couple of things to know before jumping into the one zip. You'll need a few tools. You'll need zippers, more zipper pulls if you want to change your color. It's helpful to have a pair of scissors that are designated just for zippers. They can get dulled, and you'll want to know what zippers to use. Most common in Joan's patterns are YKK zippers, and these are the 3mm. That's the distance of the zipper teeth. And there's a wide variety of zipper pulls available so that you can change up your colors, so many possibilities. What else works? By Annie's zippers that are also YKK that are 4.5 work, and they come with a variety of pulls as well. And also if you buy the zippers that have 2 pulls, you're ready to go for 2 projects. Sally Tomato's faux metal zippers work. Make sure that they are faux metal. The zipper pulls are often actually metal, but the zipper tape and the zipper teeth are not. You want to make sure that the zipper tape and the teeth that you're working with are not metal. Actual metal zippers don't work for this method. Coates and Clark work as well. The important thing to keep in mind is zippers like their friends. So if you have YKK tape, you need YKK pulls. Sally Tomato tape, Sally Tomato pulls, so forth and so on. Before learning the one zip, one thing that I knew that was true is if you had a zipper and the pull came off, this zipper's trash. It's useless. What am I going to do with it? Not so anymore. The one zip method can also be used to save a zipper where the pull comes off. I'm going to show you how simple this is. To get started, begin with a zipper. Here I have a 22-inch YKK zipper. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the end of my zipper right past the metal. Joan used to call these zipper butts and saved them. I have an entire jar full of them. And cut off the 2 ends here. There's 2 pieces of metal, and cut those off as well. Next step is to pull the zipper pull off, which feels very wrong in the sense of it's not what we're used to. You can go ahead and unzip in either direction and take your pull off. If you want to keep the matching pull, you can do that, but we also can use any color you'd like. The trick here is that it's not very easy to put a pull back on in a normal sense. It can get, you kind of feel like you need 3 hands. What am I going to do? What Joan came up with is a way of cutting off a few teeth. So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to go right here on one end of the zipper tape and cut in just a couple teeth. Okay? And then turn and cut those teeth off. We're just cutting off about 4 or 5 teeth, and those will now go into the trash. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start on the other end. We're going to take our pull, and your pull has 2 ends to it. It has one end that is 1 opening and one end that is 2 openings. And we're going to start with our end that is 2 openings facing towards us. And we're going to stick in the zipper tape that is complete, that does not have our teeth cut off. And we're just going to stick it in about 1/4 of an inch, just till we see a couple of the teeth sticking out. Then we're going to take the other end of our zipper tape, and we're going to go in at an angle, okay? So don't try and go in straight. It's going to give you trouble. Go in at an angle, like this, and then it's going to stop. And it's stopping when it's hitting the mechanism on the inside, and you're going to then take your free hand, the hand that's not holding this, and hold on to both pieces of zipper tape. And easy as that, the pull's back on. So by cutting off those teeth, it gives us something to hold on to. Now, when zipping up one piece of zipper tape, it will naturally want to curl. I'm not exactly sure why, but this was something that Joan taught me, and it's not going to be a problem once it's sewn into fabric. So don't be surprised or worried when it sews into a curl. Often when we're sewing, we want to jump right on into a project. Get sewing and go. But it is highly advised to take your zipper apart and test your zipper first. Sometimes zippers don't work. Sometimes they're stubborn. And you'll want to know that before you go ahead and sew it into your project. Also, if you're not familiar with this, do it a couple times. Test it out, practice, so that you can get used to it. You can also use this as a way to audition different zipper pulls and decide, you know what, I prefer the yellow to the white, so forth and so on. So now that you know the 1-zip basics, it's time to use the 1-zip to create an awesome sweet pea pod. I hope you enjoyed this video all about the 1-zip and that you now have a great understanding of how it works. I'll be back here in the next video to go over beginning to sew our sweet pea pod.